Good morning, guys, and welcome to episode 3 of the 20 into 30 podcast. It's myself, Luke, and with Evelina again, and today we're talking fitness. So we're super excited to speak to you about this. Hopefully, it might kick some people into go who are maybe thinking about fitness, or maybe, as we're now getting back into the gyms, just kick everyone into go. I'm ready to go. How about you? You're back in the gym, Evelina, aren't you?
Yes, I am. We got back like 4 weeks ago, I think, or five. So
See,
super exciting.
that makes me jealous. We are finally going back after countless amounts of weeks. I don't even know how many weeks it is now, but we are going back. Tomorrow is my first day. I was away this weekend, so tomorrow will be my first day back.
Are you excited?
I'm super excited. I'm so excited. Do you know what? I'm so excited, and I'm also so excited that I just generally won't be training out at my flat anymore.
You're getting tired of the old routine.
There's just only so much you can do, especially when you haven't got the weights and that. So after a time, you're like, right, okay, this is so tedious now. There's only so many chin-ups and dips and ab workouts that you can do without any weights or anything, without, again, a bit repetitive.
Yeah, no, I get that. And even though we both had experienced that you can make such a big change to your body from home workouts,
Yeah,
I
100%.
need some diversity.
I was shocked, as I said before, I was shocked at how good home workouts can be. But for me, my gym or any sort of, if I've done any fitness or anything like that, classes or anything, is also the social aspect of it, not just for the physical benefits and the health benefits. It's also the social side. There's a big social side of the gym to me. And obviously at home, I don't have that. I live alone, so I don't have that at home, which is nice to be going back to.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm looking forward to it as well. Like, I remember the first day we were back at the gym, and then literally I was bouncing. I was like a kid in a candy shop. It was so much fun.
What's it been like over there? Is it back to normal, the gyms, or are people sort of staying away a bit, or has everyone just straight away returned, or?
Um, Most people have returned, but not everyone, because not only is people still a little bit careful with the social network and the public places, but also it's the middle of the summer here, so going back to the gym in the middle of the Spanish summer is just not ideal because people are they're way too social here, so they like to be out and about with their families and stuff, and
Having a bit
not
of a
hitting the
party.
gym. Yeah, they love the barbecues here.
Oh, do you know what? I've had quite a few barbecues this year, so. However, we have some news. Our news is we have worked on our sound, and we now no longer, hopefully, we haven't heard a full podcast recorded yet, but hopefully we no longer sound like a 1940s radio. And when we were originally recording before on Skype, and when one of us would speak, it could cut out the other person, so you'd lose parts of the conversation and things. So now, hopefully, guys, we're going to have a better sound for you. Obviously, we've still got a way to go with it, but it should be a lot clearer for you, and there shouldn't be any cutting out. So we got that sorted quite quick.
Yeah, I'm excited how quick we are developing things, to be honest.
Well, you just got to get tucked in, haven't you, and just take it as it comes. Like we say, you can't have all the creases ironed out. Sometimes you just got to go with it.
Yeah, and we're so lucky that we have so many friends that's giving us very supportive feedback on these things, so we can adapt and change as we go along.
Well, you say this, right? Martin, he gave me a week of it
Okay.
again, right? Gave me a week of trouble
Why?
again, okay? Now, when I say gave me a week of it, what he did was, up until about Thursday, he said, what I'm going to do this time is just give you a week of it up until Thursday, so that hopefully by the time you record on the weekend, you've forgotten about what I did to you in the week. That was his theory.
No, it's not going to happen.
And I said, I'm not going to forget. So he gave me a week of it. So I remembered mine, but I'm going to be kind to mine for now. We're not going to encourage his bad behaviour by acknowledging him. So
Maybe that's his plan, his secret plan.
maybe. However, on another note, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news.
Oh dear, go on.
I'm going to start with the good news.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming to see you in August.
Woo! Have you booked your trip?
I've got some bad news.
You haven't booked your trip.
I can't come and see you in August because they've just put in the the quarantine ban again. So I was coming to see you in August. However, now they've just reimposed the restrictions on us. If we come to Spain, we have to quarantine for 2 weeks when we come back. So I can't come and see you now. But it could change. Could change.
Exactly. Things are changing so quickly here. Like in Spain, we took one step back last week.
Mm-hmm.
So we are back wearing the masks 24/7. So every time you leave your house, you need to wear a mask. It doesn't matter if you're at the beach or if you're at the gym or if you're in your office, the mask needs to be worn the whole time. The only time you're allowed to take it off is when you're laying down at the beach or if you're at the machine where you're doing your workout.
Right. So we're at the point where we have to wear masks in stores. So like your food stores, not in restaurants and not in bars, not in gyms. But if you're going to like the supermarket or a clothes store, where you sort of people can come behind you quite easily, and you're moving past like in small aisles and things like that, then we're at that point where we just wear a mask for that reason. But no, if we can stay open and carry on doing stuff and moving around and stuff, I don't mind putting a mask to go down the store. You know.
No, it's I rather have the mask when I'm outdoors than being in quarantine again, because for anyone who's not living in Spain, you do not understand the high level of quarantine we've done here in Spain. It was intense. It was really intense.
Yeah, you had it a lot.
I'm not going back to that.
You had it a lot more than us, definitely. However, talking about going to the stores, which then brings me on to food, which then brings me on to my random fact of the week. Are you ready for it?
Go on.
Did you know that NASA's telescopes, when in infrared, they can tell whether a crop needs harvesting?
Did not know that.
And the lag in comments kind of makes it seem like you weren't interested in that, but that was an interesting fact. So you could have been more excited.
Yeah, but of the facts, the interesting random facts you bring out, last time you freaked me out for a whole week with the new horoscope.
That's why I thought I'd come in with something a little bit more chill.
Okay, good. As long as it's not affecting me personally,
Plus,
so I can't like melt it beforehand, then I'm cool.
Plus, also, I have not long woken up from a nap and had a bit of a boozy weekend down at my friend's place. He's got a kennels and kennels and stables up north where I've been this weekend. So there was a bit too much whiskey drank on Friday night. Saturday night, a lot of food was eaten. So it was a tiring weekend. So I thought I'd come in with a more chill fact for you today.
Okay, well, I like that. I appreciate those facts more, to be honest.
Well, there we go. Did you find out what star sign you were? Did you look?
Yep. I'm in the middle of the new star sign.
See, I thought you would be. I thought it was something that would work out like that.
But the thing is, I have a really good friend who is very into astrology and the signs, and she said it doesn't count. They've been looking into it, and it's too late to add it on. So they're not going to add it back on, actually.
Oh, they're
not?
I'm
safe.
Well, there we go. You're safe. You're safe. Well, how's your week in general been before we move on?
Yeah, it's been good. Lots of work. Very tired this week. I've been catching up on sleep, and it hasn't really worked out. I've just been chasing it. But I had such a chilled Friday, very chilled Saturday. So, yeah, I'm feeling good.
You get weeks like that, though. Just got to make up on that sleep when you can.
Exactly, and that's what I did. Instead of going out on Friday to see my friends, I wish I could say I cancelled on them, but the truth is I fell asleep on the couch. But
there we go.
I think that's a way of cancelling too.
Well, get some naps in, and I'm sure you'll make it up. You'll be fine.
I'll survive.
How's
your week been?
It's been really good. It's been a really good week. The work's been good. The guides have been going well. I'm getting so into doing these guides at the moment. Like, I can't wait to bring them out. They're not going to come out
Really?
until like next year, but they I'm getting really into them. There's so much detail, like starting a business that you don't think about on a day-to-day basis, but when you sit down and recap what you've done in the past and the information that you can bring to people in the future. The idea of the guides is to save people so much time and money. You know, when I started my business, I wasted so much money on stuff I didn't need. So the guides, when you're putting them together, you realize how much money you spent that you didn't need to spend. And it's exciting to be able to just give someone, boom, here's your guide. Here's how you can do it from scratch. Here's how you're going to speed it up, and here's how you're going to save yourself a lot of money. Putting that together and then seeing it finally, I've been working on it for a few months now, about 4 months, and it's finally starting to look like a guide now and flow like a guide. And so yeah, it's that's been really exciting. I've been really enjoying that this week, and I've been enjoying my training, knowing that we're going back to the gym this week. So it's been a good week. And then, like I say, I was away this weekend, which was just filled with walking with horses and playing with them and seeing my friends and eating food. And yeah, it's been a really, really good week. So it always
sounds like a really good, relaxing weekend ready for.
Yeah,
ready. Sounds like you're really ready for.
Ready to get. I'm so ready for Monday. So ready for Monday. Well, that is what we're talking today. We're talking about fitness today. We're going to speak about how we got into it, why we got into it, what we sort of do now, what we used to do. And I'm going to start with you. Why did you get into your fitness then?
It's quite an interesting story, to be honest. Let me see. So I started with, I've done random things throughout my life, you know. I've been, let me see. Sorry, I lost track. So I tried lots of things throughout my younger years, and I never really stick to anything, if that makes sense. Like I tried everything from karate to swimming to gymnastic, but nothing really sticked. And I tried the gym a little bit. I tried outdoor runnings a little bit, but no, nothing really got interesting. But then, when I was living in Brisbane, I started.
You met an awesome guy called Luke.
Pardon?
You met an awesome guy called Luke, who fueled you on your journey of passion and enlightenment and made your life overall better. But anyway, you started work as a barrister.
I'm just going to leave that.
A barista. I just said you started your job as a barrister. I didn't realise I just promoted you to a lawyer. Wait, no, I don't even think. Let's move on. Carry on. You started a job as a barista.
If you're going to make lies up that, you're going to stumble upon your words.
To be fair, I just made you a sexy lawyer. You're welcome. You should be thanking me.
Thank you. Should I put my my geeky glasses on and just pretend I am?
Don't be doing that. You'll be getting some messages on the old Instagram if you do that. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry, carry on.
Okay. Back to the story. So I started working as a barista in Brisbane, and it was just a casual side hustle, but it was for a gym. So outside the gym, they had a little coffee shop, and it was a startup company, and the guy who owns the gym, one of the owners, became a good friend of mine, and he introduced me to the gym space, basically, and that's where I find my passion. Yeah,
I remember you being there.
Yeah, it was a really cool gym, actually. It's too bad it was not going around for them, but so I kind of started straight with weightlifting, and he was a personal trainer, so he really got me into the right technique and the right equipment from the start, which was a blessing.
So I thought you had started it before then, but I remember I myself had been in Brisbane for a while before you were there. That was later down the line, wasn't it? I didn't realise. I thought you were already into your fitness. Things. You used to do running, didn't you?
Yeah, I run a lot. I love running. But But I was like one of those on and off people. Do you mean I did something for 2-3 months, then I stopped, then I tried yoga for a few weeks, and then I stopped, and then I did the casual things like, oh, there's a free Zumba class down by the river, and I went down doing that. So I never I've never really stick to anything. But from that time when I started that gym, I've been consistent ever since.
No, that's good. That's good. Did you it was just you fell into it, or did you do it for any particular reason? Like it was just literally because you were working as a barista in the gym that you started. You didn't necessarily have like a want to get into that form of fitness then.
No, it was literally I was just falling into it. It looks so interesting what everyone else is doing. Because if you're sitting in this little coffee shop and you see how everyone else is training, you're like, oh, they're doing all this fancy training, and everyone looks so happy and excited afterwards. I'm like, I want to join.
Well, sometimes
So
that's the
that's how I
thing
got
though. You
into it.
can you can fall into stuff randomly, and that it can turn out to be something that really takes over as a passion and as a hobby. And that's why I think no matter whether you go to the gym or whether you do a fitness class or whether you do a Zumba class or a yoga class, you just try it. Just try it. You never know. You might like it, and it might become a real big thing for you. But you know, you've got to start somewhere. So I think with people, if you don't know if you'll like it, go and try it out. And if you don't like it, you don't have to go again. But if you do like it, you may have just found your new thing.
Yeah, exactly. And it keeps it also interesting. Like for people like you and I who do the weightlifting, I find it so much fun to just break my normal routine and try something else. Like I'm thinking about trying some martial art in the next coming weeks, just because I haven't tried it.
Is that so that when we meet next time we can wrestle? Or
No, I'm gonna kick your ass.
okay, this is awkward. We're gonna. I don't want to say that I am basically a ninja, but I am basically a ninja. So, you said you did karate before. I didn't know
Yeah,
you
I
did
did as
karate.
younger.
Were you like
Yeah,
doing it for long or?
yeah, I think I did actually for a year, but I was
Okay.
quite young at the time. I think, oh, how old could I have been? 11 or 12, maybe. So I was, I can't really remember anything today, and it's not really any skills I carry around, but it was very cool at that age.
But you had quite a gap between sort of your karate and then getting into your weightlifting and stuff like that. Then where there was no sort of real like schedule in your fitness or anything like that.
No, back in the days before I got into proper weightlifting, I could go a whole year without doing anything, and then I could do something every week. There was no pattern, there was no plan or anything. It was just random exercising. Like I signed up to the gym a few times, I went a few times, but as I said, I never got really consistent with it.
I think that's good. I think the thing is with that is it shows that you could try something and you don't like it, but then you come back to it a number of years later or a few months later, and all of a sudden you do like it and actually you really exceed in it. So I
Yeah,
always think if you try something that doesn't work, don't get disheartened by it because you could try it again a few months later and you actually really like it. You just weren't in the right place at the time. You may not have
yeah,
had the real focus for it. You may not have had the time schedule. You might not have felt like you had the time schedule. I always feel that people do have the time if you want to make the time. But maybe those things just weren't in place. And if they're not in place, then it is hard to enjoy things if you're always thinking about or rushing to the next thing. So it's nice that that kind of shows that just because it doesn't work first time, don't be disheartened about trying something new or even trying that same thing again and getting a different result from it.
exactly. 100% agree. And what I will also add to that is the other way around. If you have something you really love and you're starting to feel like it's getting boring and it's not really exciting you anymore, don't be too harsh on yourself. Don't push it, because then you're just going to end up resent it. Instead, break the pattern and try something else. If you, for example, really love spinning and you go for the spinning classes on a regular basis, and then you feel like this is not my thing anymore, then that's cool. Try something else. Try Zumba. Maybe try go out running or try yoga, whatever it could be, and you might find your way back to that passion later. It's just a phase in your life, and you need to change it up a little bit.
Oh yeah, I agree. When you started training, how many days did you train a week?
2 to 3, because I was maybe I should was that was the wrong way of saying it. I always been a workaholic,
Hmm.
and I did not have space for more than 2 to 3 times a week. But I think that was good. I was also running.
And how long? So, and how many days? Well, let me just say, how many days a week do you do now?
Today I'm doing around 4 or maybe 5 days
Okay.
of different exercises, not only gym. So gym is like 2 to 3 times. Then I run once a week, and I try to do yoga once a week, and then obviously I go for my long walks.
Right. So you steadily increased over time in the amount that you do it.
Yeah, I did. The maximum at my peak time, I was there 6 days a week, sometimes twice a day.
Yeah, my peak. Well, I sort of started. It's funny actually because I started my first ever. So I had my first weight set at about 13.
Yeah, how
Uh,
did you get into it?
I got into it because when I was younger, I was just getting really wound up by things. Things were really setting me off and literally making me quite fiery. And it was basically a friend of mine. Um, he basically got into the gym through he was getting down basically, and he went to his
Mm.
doctor, and he got prescribed gym. Basically, they said to him, "We're going to
Oh, that's
prescribe
really
you
cool. I like
the
that.
gym." So back then, GPs, and I think they still do it now, they will prescribe you gym, which basically means you get free gym sessions. So you can go to your local gym that's signed up, and you can go there for literally free. And so it was quite a new thing at the time. Now I wasn't down; I was just getting frustrated with things. But I thought, well, it's the same sort of thing. It's all to do with your mood. Maybe I'll try some fitness. So I started getting into a bit of fitness. I got weight sets from Argos at the time, and I got dumbbells and barbells, and I had like up to, I think it was about 140 kilo worth of weights. And I used to train in the conservatory, and my mum always used to be like, "Don't you smash my tiles." Back then, right, my training session consisted of I train about 3 or 4 times a week, right? And whilst I would train, you're meant to keep hydrated, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I would drink 2 liters of full fat Coke
Oh my days. What is wrong with you?
every time. So clearly, I had no idea what I was doing. I just thought, let's lift weights, and then obviously the weights made me feel good, and clearly the Coke made me feel fantastic as well. So I'd be in
Yeah.
the
Can we just put a note there and say Luke is extremely sensitive to sugar and
very,
caffeine.
very,
He's literally bouncing around if he gets too much
yeah.
in his system. It is
So that I don't know how I
nice.
didn't implode. But that was basically what consisted. 3 to 4 times a week, I'd train in my conservatory. My mum would tell me not to break the floor. I'd drink 2 liters of Coke, and I'd pretty much dance to random stuff whilst in between sets. That's pretty much what I did. And I remember I used to be a right little loser, and I'd look in the conservatory window and be like, "Look at me, I'm getting big," right? So that was my that was my thing. So I'd do that. Then I started. My brother, he did martial arts. He did taekwondo. My brother's younger than me. He did taekwondo, and one day I went to the local fair, and they were doing a demonstration, and I thought, do you know what? I like that on the aspect of the cardio value of it. So I went along and I did a lesson, and I thought, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to take this up. So I did taekwondo for a while, did that a couple of times a week. Actually, the guy who I was at this weekend, he used to be my taekwondo instructor. He's a savage. Like, he's generally
Oh, really?
he's so good at taekwondo. Like, he'd kick you in the head repeatedly without putting his leg down. It's just ridiculous. So I used to do that, and then my gym opened up a underage gym, which was called Shock Gym. And that meant I could go there at, like, I think it was from 14 onwards. So then I would go to Shock Gym and I would go to Taekwondo. So I was doing sort of 4 days a week probably. And I
Yeah,
think,
and
carry on.
yeah. I was thinking, how did you learn everything? Like, how did you know how to lift those weights and what weights to get?
I went in the gym, right, and I watched people. I did what I wanted to do whilst watching others and improvising. Literally, like I would try stuff out and I'd see if it would work, and I'd watch other people. And there was guys in there who were like really big, and there was people who were runners, and there was people who were like weightlifters. So there's all different things going on in there, and I would just watch everybody at corner of my eye. I'd watch them in the mirror, because obviously in gyms you've got a lot of mirrors. I'd watch them in one mirror, but they're over behind me. And I just get, over time, I'd just pick things up. And then I started, as I got older, I got more into it, started watching. Look, YouTube can teach you so much these days. You go on YouTube and you learn all these different workouts. And so I started, as I was getting on, slipping into YouTube videos and watching things like that. It was a bit before Instagram was around, showing you all these different workouts and that. So that's sort of how I built it up, really. And then I'd ask to train with people in the gym. Look, if you start the gym, most people are going to really encourage you. Okay, look, they might not always have the time to train with you, but if you just ask them a simple thing like, can you teach me this? Look, whenever someone asks me, I will always take the time to say, yeah, okay, try this, do this. Do you know what I mean? Because someone did that for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. And I think gym can be quite a scary place if you're new,
100%.
I would say a lot of people say it's the scariest for women because it's quite
I can see
intimidating.
it.
But I think guys as well, like going in as a beginner, looking at some of the guys lifting literally hundreds of kilos, and you coming in there as a beginning and be like, am I gonna lift the girl weights? But everyone has started somewhere. No one at the gym got born into that.
You have to realize that if you're walking in the gym from day one, you're not the first and you won't be the last. Everyone's been in that position, and
Yeah.
there's many people in the gym who have been in that position and will take the time that if you ask them something, they're going to go through that with you. And I always take time if someone asks me, oh, can you show me this? Can you show me that? Of course, and I've met a lot of friends that way. I've got a lot of people that I speak to on the phone, or I speak to on Instagram, or I speak to through WhatsApp, that I literally met just because they asked me something in the gym.
Yeah. And also, the staff is there for a reason.
Exactly.
Ask them.
100%. You can't. It is. I can see though where it could be daunting. I could see where it could be daunting, but I just think you've got to sometimes be uncomfortable to get where you want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
So whether you want to do that in a gym to get where you want to go, or if you want to do that in a class, or if you want to do that outside in a, because a lot of the places outside now in parks and that, they've got gym equipment and things like that, dip bars and chin-up bars. You can do all those things. You just gotta get on with it. What you've got to realize is most of the time, no one cares what you're doing. Nobody cares. You feel self-conscious about it, but nobody, I know I'm not being horrible, but most of the time, nobody will even notice you.
No,
because they're busy doing what they're doing. They're working on their goals and they're doing what they want to do, and they'll be there if you ask them, I'm sure. But that's why they're not going to notice you, because they're focused on what they're doing.
Exactly. And the thing is, if you go into a little bit of science behind it, when you're training, your testosterone is actually rising. So most of, especially the guys, because you have more of it, they will literally look at themselves because they are so pumped up and hyped, and the confidence is off the roof that they don't even know that you exist.
It's funny because when I'm in the gym, I personally look, if I see an attractive female, then I'm like, she's attractive. But that's as far as it goes. I'm busy doing my set. I keep my sessions generally to an hour and 15 minutes if I'm doing like a bit of abs at the end. But I might notice a pretty girl and I'll be like, damn, she's pretty. And then I move on, I get on with what I'm doing. And most of the time, people are doing, look, you're going to get some people who aren't like that. They're few and far between. If you're in a good gym, they're few and far between. Most people are just focused on what they're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
Myself, I'm up to about 5 days a week now. But I think now that it's open back up, I'm probably going to do 6 days a week for a bit just to get back dialed in, tighten things up a bit. We've both over time increased the amount of days, and I think most people would do that, don't you?
Yeah, but I think we both have find a place today where if you don't go 5-6 days a week, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I agree. You're going to have weeks where you feel great, and you can look. If someone said to me, "I want to get into the gym for the first time," I'm not going to recommend them 5-6 days a week. I'm going to
No.
recommend them 3 days a week. Start with 3 days a week. Have a day on, day off, day on, day off. By Friday, you've done your 3 days. Monday, Tuesday off, Wednesday on, Thursday off, Friday on, and you're done. And do you know what? Chill out on the weekend. Don't think about it. When you've done it, don't think about it. You can't obsess about it, and it's very easy to. When you're training, enjoy it, embrace it, have a great time. When you're not training, rest, relax, have fun, see your friends, see your family, go on trips, do things. Don't let it take your life over, because you won't be able to keep it up. Anyone who goes in full hog all the time will not be at a bar. A very small few will not be able to keep that up.
No, and the only reason why you and I have up our level, it is because first of all, we enjoy it. If I'm only there once a week, like we all have those weeks, like it could be on holiday, maybe you've been a bit ill or you just run down with work or commitments, and you're there one day, I literally miss it. And that's why I go that often. I don't really have the time at the moment to go more than 2 to 3 days, and I miss it. That's why I go more.
But that's fine. If you can only do 2
Exactly.
or 3 days, that's fine. Look,
Yeah.
I've not always gone 5-6 days a week, and I don't do that throughout the whole entire year. If I'm going 6 days a week, I might carry that on for say 3 months of a year. Then I am pretty consistent on 5 days. However, I might do a 6 day for, like I say, a small fraction of the year. You can't, and I wouldn't look to keep that up the whole time, because as well, I've got other commitments. I've got other things that I would like to do. I love the gym, but I also love my time out at the gym. So it's keeping that excitement there by not drowning yourself in feeling like you got to be there, you got to do this, you got to do that. I've got to be there for 2 hours a night, 3 hours a night. You don't have to. Look, if you go in and you work hard and you do what you need to do, you don't need to be there for more than an hour and a half maximum, and that's allowing social in my view. Unless you're like a powerlifter and you're taking really long breaks between your sets, I stick to, I've got my Fitbit on my wrist, 30 seconds break, and then I go again. You don't need to be there all night.
It also depends what kind of training you do.
100%.
So if you're a
100%.
beginner, I would definitely recommend you to leave a little bit more space. But
Yes.
also,
Yeah, great, good point.
If you are a beginner, you can easily get a good session in for 20 minutes. I'm not joking.
I be honest, I 100% agree with you, because I've had some of the best sessions where I'm like, right, I've got 20 minutes and I want to get a session in today, and I go in there and I smash it out, and I'm just like boom, 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 and the next day I'm like, oh man, I am hurting. You know, so you can 100%. If you only got 20 minutes, guess what? Just work faster. You'll be fine.
Exactly, and I think the number one mistake everyone is doing in the beginning, and correct me if I'm wrong here, it is they need to be on every bloody machine. And that's just the biggest lie ever. You don't have to be on 100 different machines to get a good session in.
I agree. I think it's
Waste of
hard.
time.
It is hard though, because nowadays, especially with social media and that, you see all these different workouts. Some of them I see that are great, and they really do stand, the stead of time, as it were, test of time. Sorry. But some you're like, what are you doing? You're just looking to hurt somebody, and it's not good. So just
Can you
find.
please tell us your favorite Instagram workout?
Oh, there's just so many. I'll tell you what, right? I won't tell you my favorite Instagram thing, but what I will tell you is, we were saying about it can be daunting, or it might feel a bit, embarrassing going into a gym and trying out new things. Trust me, I've been there. I've done the mistakes. I've had machines where you get the rope pulls, and I pull the thing and the pin comes out, and I fall flat on I literally fall across the gym, and I've fallen flat on my ass with people watching me. I've broken my fingers in the gym where I've just put the weights down sloppy, and I've put my hand on another weight and broke my finger. So I've had friends that have literally been doing a bit of kicking on a pad, and they fall over. So we've all made the mistakes. I've had people who literally will do a bench press and they can't get it off, and then they're kicking their legs in the air trying to get it. So everybody's made those mistakes before. We're all going to make silly things, but look, sticking on equipment that sticking with exercises that is going to work but don't need to be crazy. You're going to reduce those risks. You're going to feel more comfortable. You're going to feel less self-conscious. No one's going to notice you. You're going to smash your goals. You're going to get in great shape and you're going to feel better for it.
Yeah, even the most experienced one is making a silly mistake. Like
100%.
I've done the box jump once, and I fell over.
Yeah, we've all done it though. We've all done it. Do you know what I
It was
mean?
hilarious. But you know what? When you do something silly like that, I think if you're gonna play cool, like nothing is happening and like flexing, then you're gonna look like absolutely twat. But if you stand up laughing and letting the people into your laughter and just get on with it, then it's going to be so much more fun, because I'd rather laugh to my day that day and to everyone at my work when I came there afterwards. And the people were around me saw me falling off this box. I got them a good laugh as well. Sounds like it's a good morning.
The thing is as well, right? If you're training hard and you're getting tired, there is more chance that you're gonna make a mistake because you're fatiguing.
Exactly.
So
And
look,
that's what I did. I was like beating my record in squats that day and then trying to do squat jumps.
exactly. So you just gotta get in there. You're gonna feel good, but I think we've both shown that we started off small and we just increased over time. We're now where we are, and everyone who wants to get into fitness, anyone who's thinking about it, you don't have to go straight to a gym. You can start working out at home. You can start working out in a class. Maybe then you want to go to a gym. Maybe you want to try a yoga class or Pilates, as you were saying earlier. But if you start, you're going to feel better, and I do think it's going to help you. If you're like my friend, he got given the prescription to go to the gym because he was depressed, and it made him feel better. And I went to the gym because I was getting fed up and I was getting frustrated about things. You know, I was coming into the point in my life where I had exams and stuff like that, and I needed to let that tension out. And for me, fitness, whether it's been in karate, taekwondo or in the gym or running or whatever, it always, if I'm in a bad mood, if I do 15 minutes of cardio or something like that, it brings me up.
Yeah, 100%. But if you look into the way you're training today, are you only doing weightlifting? What else are you doing?
No, so generally my day consists of, in the morning, every morning I'd get up and I'd do jogging on the spot because I've got no equipment at home. Do my jogging on the spot, do some press ups, do some sit ups, do some chin ups. That will stay the same even though I'm going back to the gym. When I go back to the gym, I generally will train 5 days a week. One day will be so I train legs 2 days. I'm going to be training legs 2 days a week. And then I do one day where I do chest and triceps, another day where I do back and biceps, another day where I do shoulders. That makes up my 5 days. I then do my cut jog. I'll do 15 minutes jogging on the spot when I come home, but now I'll probably do some 15 minutes cardio in the gym, and also I'll finish up with some abs in the gym. So that tends to be how mine's made up now, and I work on a basis that on each exercise, so like on chest, I'll do 4 exercises of 5 sets on each, and the same for triceps, 4 exercises, 5 sets. And with a rep range of around 8 to 10. That's sort of where I am on mine now.
But you look into, for everyone who's listening, Luke is looking to build muscles, and that's why you kind of have a lower rep range.
If you're looking to get leaner and build up your endurance, then obviously you want to go higher rep range. You're going to look to increase that.
Yes.
So 100%. Yourself, are you going with higher rep range at the moment?
I'm staying in the middle.
Yeah.
So I'm staying somewhere between. I'm trying to aim for around 10, but I can also, some exercises I fall down to an 8, and sometimes I take it up to 12.
Okay. And what's your schedule? How are you training on? What days?
It kind of depends a little bit. I haven't, because it's summer here. It's so social down here, and I really want to embrace it, because I can be a person who gets too strict with my goals, and then it's just going to bite me in the end. So I'm trying to be social and not to prioritize it. But what I'm trying to do today, I have 1 day of outdoor running, which I do with a friend, and then I have 2 gym sessions. One is let me reframe that. Yes, I do 1 day outdoor running, 2 leg sessions at the gym, and then I do 1 upper body session as well, sometimes at the gym and sometimes at home. And then if I sneak in a 5th day, that would be yoga.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm still doing my stretching. I'm still doing my stretching, but
Do
I'm
you?
probably
Have you tried yoga yet?
say that again. Sorry.
Have you tried yoga yet?
So what I'm going to do this week is I'm probably where I'm not training at home. I'm probably going to look to do again, guys. YouTube. I'm going to look to do a beginner's class of yoga on YouTube, sort of thing. That's probably where I'm
Can
going.
I
Where I'm going to be.
please send over recommendations
Yeah, please
for you?
do.
Otherwise, you might not come into it again.
No, please do. I'm sure, like everything, there's going to be good ones and bad ones. So send it over to me. Yeah, 100%.
That is so exciting. Are you gonna record it so I can see it?
Maybe not the first one. Case I do like, obviously, like we were talking earlier, like a mistake, you know, like fall on my ass. But no, I will let you know definitely how it goes. 100%.
Can everyone who wants to see Luke record his first session just give us a comment below?
I don't know if they want to see
and
that.
if we get enough comments, I might make him do it.
I don't know if they want to see that. Plus, also, if I do have to do it, I will do it with the sound off in case a cheeky pop lets out. Because I believe that yoga is just a lot of popping. That is my misconception, I'm sure. But at the moment,
No, it's not. There's actually some poses. There's like called the wind pose for a reason.
oh, nobody's got time for that. Not with COVID
But
around.
that's a good thing, guys. If you're looking to try yoga and you have, or if you just have a tummy, you feel a little bit bloated or a little bit stronger with digestive system, then there are actually yoga movements that's going to massage your internal organs and just help to boost your digestive system. Fact of the day.
I like that. I think what I would do is, as we were saying earlier about building up your confidence, right? I think what I'll do is build up my confidence with the YouTube video, and then I might look to go into a class. That's probably where I'll look to go.
I could probably recommend you some up your area as well.
Yeah, do it. My point is, like, even now I've done fitness since I was 13. I'm now 30. Even now, still, we can all get to points where we're like, let's build up our confidence before I go into this section or this section. You know, like just because someone's done it for years doesn't mean they're going to have the same feeling as you do walking into a gym or walking into a class for the first time, doing it somewhere else. You know?
Yeah, and we're all beginners in different areas. Like
100%, yeah.
I try, one of my goals this year is when it comes to fitness, because mine has been so similar each year that I want to put in something fun as well and not just having these serious goals. So one of my goals is to learn how to do a handstand.
Everyone's loving the handstands at the moment, aren't they?
I know.
Everybody.
It really kept me going.
I used to be really good at handstands.
Really?
I don't know how, but I'm no good now. But I used to be really good. Yeah, I could hold them for a really long time. But
not
now
against
I can't.
The wall, like
no, generally, like could just hold them really well. Yeah, when I'm talking when I was around the age of, probably around the age of 10 to, probably more around the age of 10. I was a lot younger, but I could remember holding really long handstands. Yeah.
That is really cool. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to learn at the moment.
I can't do it now. Now I go up with too much power, where I just flip over the other way. So it's not as good now, I must admit. But I used to be able to do it, so you know we can always brag about our past. There we go. That's my past brag.
Do you have anything else you want to brag about when it comes to fitness while we're at it?
I don't think so, to be honest. No, not at the moment. Definitely.
Could I brag about something?
Yeah, do it. Do a brag.
I actually, and this is a very interesting fact for you, Luke, I'm not sure you actually know about this. I'm actually in the Guinness World Record.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
Because I was a part of the world's biggest Zumba gathering. When
was this?
My first week in Australia, in Cairns.
Okay.
Are you going to Google this now?
Yeah. Alright, guys, we are fact checking Evelina right now. Okay, what year was this? Largest Zumba dance. 2015?
12.
Oh, you might have been beaten then. I'm just looking here.
Really?
New world record for the largest Zumba. How many people were you in?
I was in the one 2012, I think. So
well,
I can't remember.
I'm sorry. I should have given you that and not checked your facts. But we have here in the Telegraph, okay, new world record for largest Zumba dance. Watch as more than 12,000 people in the Philippines set a new world record for the largest Zumba. And that was in 2015. However, it doesn't matter. You still was the 2000. Let me do the 2012. We'll just check this.
At least I was in the biggest one for 3 years.
I love this. Zumba instructors. I didn't know this was generally a thing. Unfortunately, you have been taken over, but that's a big Zumba class.
This is second, yeah.
That's a very big Zumba class.
Biggest, and it was so random. We were hanging down at the beach, or in Cairns, you're not at the beach, you're at the lagoon. The reason why you're not at the beach is because of the jellyfishes.
Jellyfishes.
They are extremely dangerous up there. So you're hanging by the pool, a big public pool in the city center. And we was coming back, and people was like, "Are you coming with us? We're doing a similar thing." We're like, "No, I'm not feeling that. We were not there to train. We were there to chill."
Yeah.
But we got talked into it. We went for it. I'm pretty sure I was the worst person ever at the place, because for anyone who ever seen me dance Zumba, I know I have friends who I used to work with in a fitness facility in London. You know how extremely bad I am at this sport. It's literally ridiculous. I have 2 left feet. It's not working out. But I was there. I was shaking my ass, trying to follow the moves, and
moving that booty.
We got in. There we go.
Well, I can honestly say I am not in the Guinness Book of Records. So, yeah. However, what would you give people? Let's hit some free tips.
Yeah.
And you're going to go first. You go first, because I went first last time. I don't want to. I've already just killed the fact that your title at Zumba has been taken. I've got to give you a break. So you're going first.
Free facts in what?
Free tips for someone who is looking to get into fitness, or even in fitness, but maybe finding it a little bit hard to stay motivated, stay positive with their gains and their progress.
Okay, my first one would be find something that is exciting you, that's interesting, that is just bring you a little bit joy. So you don't have to take it so serious when it comes to follow this trend or do this to lose this much weight or train this. It's just BS, to be honest. The only way you can stay consistent and find a way to train that is giving you result, it is if you find something that you enjoy doing. That's my first tip.
Everyone's going to be different, basically. Everyone's going to be different. Find your passion for it.
Find your thing.
I agree.
Yeah. Second thing, I would say, I don't know, what would I say? Mix it up. Keep it fun.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, if you do find something you really love, if some friend of yours trying this new class or this new exercise or whatever, just go for it. Just try something new. Keep it fun and interesting. That's the only way you can truly challenge yourself, find new passions, and also just fall back to your old passion.
Well, it's going to shock your body as well. By changing things up, you're going to get better results because your body doesn't know what's coming. Mixing 100%. Things up and pushing in all aspects is, like you say, it's going to keep it interesting and it's going to keep your progression even better.
Yeah, 100%. And my third one, I kind of want to have 2 things I want to say, but
go on then. I'll give you 4 points. We call it 3.5.
Then I would say my third tip would be find an accountability partner. So if you struggle to go to the gym, or if you struggle to get to those goals and results, then find someone that can keep you accountable. Either find a training buddy, and if you don't have one, like me and Luke always motivate each other, even though we're not in the same country. So you
Mm.
don't have to physically find a person to go to the gym with. You can find someone to just keep you accountable.
Yeah, I agree. You don't have to be motivated by someone that's right next to you.
No, exactly.
No, I agree.
Okay, my bonus. Should
Go
I
on,
do
hit me with
a
your
bonus
bonus.
one? Then I would say, don't take it too seriously, okay? Just have fun with it. If you're gonna make it too big of a deal, then you're just gonna drain yourself out. If your goal is not to be, I don't know, doing a world record or be the world's biggest bodybuilder, then just have fun with it. It's just a little bit of a laugh there.
I think even if you've got those goals, you still got to have fun with it. Otherwise,
Otherwise, it
you'll
won't be
lose
fun.
it. You know, you'll just
Yeah.
lose the passion for it. But they're all good points. Your 3.5 points were good. I'll give you that.
Thank you. Your turn. Go.
So my first one is simple. It's just start. Just start. Don't
Yeah,
overthink.
100%.
Don't think, oh, I'll start next week. I'll start next month. I'll start next year. Just start now. Don't wait. Start tomorrow. Get up. The gyms are open. You don't want to go gyms, I understand, because it's a risky time at the moment. Get up, do something at home. You can check out my Instagram. I've got my 30-day free challenge on there. You can go on there and just do it at home. Like I'm going to start doing my yoga and that at home. Just start. You don't have to think about it too much. My second
Yeah.
thing would be find the motivation for you. What motivates you? Do you want to get in shape? Do you want to feel better? Do you want to look better? What is it? Do you want to mentally feel better? Because when you start your fitness journey, well, what you do in the end, I can assure you, if you stick with it, the first 2 weeks are going to be hard, but you get past that first 2 weeks, right? You push on to that 4 weeks, that 6 weeks, then you're going to start seeing the changes. Okay, as long as you stay true to it, then you're going to see that, and that's going to give you even more motivation to carry on. Not only the benefits of that look and feel, mentally you're going to feel so much better. So that's going to help you carry on. Okay, so that would be my second point. And my third point would be don't, I know it sounds silly, but don't be embarrassed, because no one cares. Nobody cares. They're doing what they're doing. So don't feel self-conscious. Don't worry about whether you're going to do it right or wrong. Guess what? You're probably going to do it wrong. You're probably going to do it right. We're all going to do the same. Even though I've done it for a long time and many others, we still make mistakes. So don't worry. But
100%.
you can be your fresh start, but you're the only person who can do it for you. So you got to get up and you got to start moving. My motivation, right, for me when I was when I started at the gym, I used to be called Treasure. Do you know why I used to be called Treasure?
Go on.
The guys at the gym were older than me, and they called me Treasure because I had a sunken chest. Which I didn't have a sunken chest, I just had a small chest. But that motivated me because I like it. I was like, I'll show you. I will show you. Do you know what I mean? That's so find what pushes you, and just you're gonna feel so much better in yourself. Like our bodies are meant to work, you know. Our bodies are meant to do things. They're not meant to just sit at a desk all day and hardly move. You're not gonna feel good with that, okay? You need to work your body, you need to tire yourself out physically. It's can feel hard sometimes, but you just got to get up and do it. And trust me, the other day, for example, I'm the same. I can be the same. I come in and I think, oh, I could have a little nap before I do my training. No, get on with it. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to start feeling fine anyway. Your endorphins and everything are going to start flowing. Everything's going to start pumping more. You're going to feel fine, and you're going to crack it out, and you'll feel so much better when it's done. But if you sit down and do it, I tell you now, I wouldn't be getting back up in the end. So don't make that mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a 0.5. Can I have a 0.5?
Okay, you're pushing it, but
I am pushing it. But I had a little story. I had a little story in there. Do you know what I mean? Like a little story. So that wasn't a point. That was just a story telling people we all get, take the mick out of each other. My 0.5 is appreciate your progression. Okay. So I've got a client, for example, and she's smashing it. This Friday, she smashed her session with me. She did so good, right? And I said to her, you've been with me for less than a month, right? She's been about a month now. And she's increased so well. Like her strength has increased so well. And I said, you've increased on that really well. And she's like, oh, not really. She didn't say that. She was just not as I was a bit like, you're not really noticing how well you're doing here. I said, you've increased that set by over 10% within a month. That's huge. That's huge. Now, obviously,
amazing.
You can't keep that 10% up all the time, every month on month. But appreciate your progression, because if you don't, again, you can get disheartened even when you are making progress.
Yeah, and that kind of takes us back to what we were speaking about earlier, that don't take it so serious and find those fun goals as well.
Why
I remember one of my PT clients in London, her goal was to lose weight, but I told her we need to set a fun goal as well. What's going to be your fun goal? So we set the goal for her to do 1 push-up on the toes.
Yep.
1 push-up on the toes. She couldn't even do 1 on her knees at that time. And in a few weeks, she ended up doing 15 on her toes.
That's awesome. That's really, really good. That's massive progress.
She was more happy with that, and I was more happy with that, than every week she's losing weight. She did so great losing the weight she wanted to drop, but that was the happiest moment for both of us.
Yeah, exactly. You have to appreciate your progression.
Exactly, and it's just the small things, and it is more interesting to, like, for me, I enjoy more to look how much I'm building up my strength in a certain exercise than I am looking at the mirror and asking how much weight have I lost.
Definitely, you got to know your goals. Got to know what you're working for.
Exactly.
Not everyone's working for the same thing.
For all female listening who wants to get into weightlifting and you think you're going to get bulky or whatever, if you look at my Instagram, I've been lifting weights now for a solid 5-6 years. And Luke, would you call me bulky?
No.
You're probably going to call me skinny.
No, I wouldn't say you're bulky. No, definitely not.
No. And I know it can be quite intimidating going into that weight session because there's so many guys lifting all these heavy weights, but
that takes us back to
empowering feeling.
Exactly, and it takes us back to they don't care. Just get in there, get on with it. You'll be grand. You'll be fine.
I remember when I first got into it, and in Australia, and I started lifting. He was teaching me everything about squatting, about deadlifting, and I felt so intimidating by this very, I don't know, manly exercises as I then looked at them. And I remember going into the weight section, and I've been in for it for a few weeks now and getting my strength up. And I thought these guys were literally staring at me for like, what is she doing here? But I'm like, I'm just going to do my thing. And I got the bar out and I got the weight on the side and I started to warm up with just the bar. And I thought they were staring at me, but side note, they weren't. They were not even looking at all.
Yeah,
but in my head, they were.
Yeah, exactly.
But then when I started lifting and I put my weight on, I put more weight on, and I was not that strong back then, but for me, lifting 40 kilos was a lot of weight. And I remember when I was lifting the 40 kilos, then they looked at me. And I felt so empowered, thinking in my head, I'm coming here as this skinny girl trying to lift weights, and I'm going to show you. And when I got those weights on the side and lifted, I felt so empowering. And I'm not even sure they were paying attention to me, but in my head, it felt
good. You were owning it. That's good. It's all about how you feel. 100%.
Yeah, it felt so good. I just fell for it then. It's my passion.
Well, look, we recommend you guys to keep on pushing hard. If you want to start, just start now. Don't wait. But we're going to be up on YouTube every Monday morning, guys. Check in with us. We've also got Instagram at 20 into 30 podcast. We also have the Facebook page, 20 into 30 podcast. Evelina, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram as Health by Evelina. Same name goes around for Facebook, Pinterest, and my website.
Awesome. Go over there, check it out, guys. She's got an awesome Instagram page. Her photos look a lot prettier than mine, I can assure you. However, you can find myself at Luke Bradley on Instagram, and that is the only place you'll find me. So I have no website, and I have no, what was the other one you said?
It's no need. You put loads of good training and motivation on your Facebook or your Instagram, actually.
However, if you want pretty pictures, as I said, go to Evelina's page because you ain't finding them online. So,
yeah, but thank you everyone for joining in today. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell to get notification every time we upload, and don't be a stranger. If you have any questions, drop them on any platform, I would say.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, get involved.
Smash us your questions.
Yes.
Awesome. Anything else to add, Evelina?
Ooh, no. Stay tuned for next episode. It's gonna be interesting. What we're gonna speak about next time.
Oh, we have to
Should
confirm.
we keep this a secret?
We'll keep it as a secret. We'll check out our Instagram page. You'll find it on there.
Yep, 100%. And we're gonna pop some questions up there as well, so you can ask away in the show, and we can answer them straight away.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for joining, and we will see you next week. Take care.
Bye.